Having trouble learning how to hip hinge, or you just want better overall control of your hips? Well, today I'm going to show you one exercise that I have all of my clients master for those purposes. Hi, I'm Vincent from Upright Health, where we help you move beyond your limitations so that you can live with confidence. Be sure to check out the description box below for helpful links to our do-it-yourself programs. So the exercise in question is the kneeling hip hinge. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you the common mistakes, and I'm going to explain to you why it can be so helpful in improving your hip hinge and your overall hip control. So to begin the kneeling hip hinge, you're going to get into a tall kneeling position. As you can see from the side, my shoulders are stacked over my hips and they're stacked over my knees so that if someone was pushing down on my shoulders, I'm not going to feel like I'm collapsing in any particular direction because all of these segments are stacked. I'm also going to make sure that my shins are roughly parallel to each other by looking behind me. And then from here, from this stacked position, I'm going to place my hands on my butt. I'm going to push my hands against my butt. That's going to make my upper body feel rigid, so I'm not changing the shape of this stack. And then I'm going to push my butt into my hands, bending at my hips and slightly at my knees, but mostly at my hips, until I feel like I can't bend anymore on my hips. At that point, I'm going to come back to my original position with my shoulders feeling stacked over my hips, feeling stacked over my knees. And that is how you do it. Another way that you can perform the kneeling hip hinge is by holding a small weight behind you like so. Cue yourself to do the same thing, except this time, because you have something that's trying to push your butt forward, you can push your butt against it. And that may help you get that hip bend you're looking for. Otherwise, same cues. Push the butt back until the hips can bend no more, and then come on back, stacking the shoulders over the hips, over the knees. Common mistakes. Number one, bending too much at the knees. It looks like this. As you can see here, yes, my hips are bending, but there's a huge knee bend as well. If anything, I'm relying on bending at my knees to get back, and my hip bend is now only coming along for the ride, as opposed to the opposite where my knee bend is coming along for the ride and it's mainly my hip bend that is driving the movement. Also be sure that you stop your backwards movement once you can't bend anymore at your hips, because let's say I'm getting to here and I want to go back further. Well, I can sit down all the way, but you can see the angle of my hips has not changed. All of that is knee bend. And what we're going for here is as much hip bend as possible and as little bend from all other segments of the body as possible. Mistake number two, rounding or overarching at the spine, and it looks like this. Or like this. Remember, we're trying to go for as much hip bend as possible and as little bend from all other segments of the body as possible. So if you're bending a lot at your spine as you're performing this movement, then you're defeating the purpose of the exercise. Mistake number three, not engaging your glutes enough. If you're having trouble performing this movement, then one thing you can try is tensing your glutes, squeezing your butt cheeks together as if you are trying to pinch a quarter between them before you start moving back. And as you start moving back, keep that tension. Right now my glutes are on stretch, but I'm still keeping them tense as I move back and as I return to the starting position. Why this may really help you is your glutes are majorly responsible for stabilizing your hip joints. So if your body doesn't feel like your hip joints are stable, it may not allow you to move in the exact way that you want to move. So why is this exercise so potentially helpful for improving your hip hinge and your overall hip control? Because it's easier. It's easier to isolate the movement of the hips from the rest of the body when you're in a kneeling position compared to when you're standing. So by first mastering the hip hinge in a less challenging position, you can later take it to a more challenging position like when you're standing, and it'll be easier to nail it there. Alright, and that's the video. If you found it helpful, be sure to check out the description box below for links to our do-it-yourself programs, including a program entirely dedicated to improving your deadlift mechanics. And if you like the video, share it, subscribe, and as always, remember that pain sucks, life shouldn't. And if you like the video, I ran out of breath on that one. Yeah, this guy's throwing a mile or something. To progress from this, wait, boss lay her down.
Yeah.
Boss lay her down.